put the bumper on, get the headlight in, and close the hood and see what this thing looks like sitting on the ground with the hood closed. This thing's just been a mess. We haven't really done that. We want to get that look. We also got our replacement alternator. The other one wasn't charging, came from the school bus. It may not have been charging before, we don't really know. So it's got a broken ear, which we'll show you at some point. So we just bought a new one. Behind the alternator runs our water line, a heater hose from the degas bottle. We got to wrap it so it doesn't get melted on the exhaust. We'll get the alternator on. And then we got the new seals for our fuel filter housing that was leaking and causing us to suck air. So let's get that bumper on and see how good this thing looks sitting on the ground. Fantastic.
All right, now that we got the bumper on, hood can latch and drop perfectly. We've got our headlight on. Now we are going to get our alternator in. Or actually, I think we're gonna wrap.
Gotta wrap that.
We're gonna wrap our hose first with that heat stuff. Once we do that, then we'll get our alternator on. And then we're gonna start it and see if it's working.
This would have been a lot easier to do beforehand. This is header wrap. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this heater hose here so it doesn't melt on the exhaust, which you probably can't see. But this stuff is really, really good for wrapping headers. You can actually touch them when they're running. So we're going to wrap this thing up, and then we can get the alternator on. Big enough or not? Don't judge me until you do it. This just supplies, or doesn't supply, this pulls the water, the coolant from the degas bottle. It's a 3/4 inch line. It's more than big enough. This is not going to crimp it down to where it's hurting anything. We're just protecting it from the heat right here. So we'll put a little piece of the conduit right there so that way we don't have a rub issue. And then we're ready to roll. We'll put that alternator on. Alternators for most medium and heavy duty don't come with a pulley because the pulley sizes can vary for whatever reason. Cars most of the time come with them, but all we got to do is zip the nut off, take the pulley off, put it on here, and snug it down. Snug it down meaning 3 or 4 ugga-duggas. And there we go. There's even a key on there. There's a key on there too. There we go. Might as well use the washer they provide. That was more like 4 ugga-duggas. There we go.
won't hold you to it.
It's proper torque spec. Here is the alternator bracket right here. We got to get this bracket bolted down first. We took it out because this bolt was stuck in the other alternator. Okay, so this one should be negative. Oh, there's the negative sign. So we do need to run a ground wire. This is an insulated housing, meaning it's not grounded through the engine, through the bolts. So this terminal right here is ground. We need to run a ground wire to that. We did not do that before, but we did try that to make sure that wasn't our issue. It still wasn't charging. So we'll make a ground wire right here because we need more grounds up here and see if she charges. you win some and you lose some. We hooked up the battery, nothing was abnormal. We started the truck, it started pretty good. And the alternator started smoking, our brand new alternator. So we quickly unhooked the batteries, shut it off, unhooked the batteries, and it was too hot to touch after, what, 2 minutes? Nah, it wasn't very long. And smells like electrical. So we verified that we had positive and negative right about 4 times, which we did. We called the manufacturer, which we bought this on Amazon, but it ended up being a place, I don't know where they're at. Guy was really cool, said that there's no reason for it, but he's going to take care of it. So we're pulling the alternator back off, and we're going to have him check it out, because I kind of want to know what happened to this thing. It was charging a small amount, not much, but so we're going to pull this alternator back off and move on to something else.
All right, one of the things we're doing is Tim brought in his alternator. We put a brand new alternator on, it started smoking. I think it was 2 minutes into running it started smoking, something like that. So Tim just brought an alternator that's the exact same, but it's his. We're just gonna test it and see what's going on. The guy who we bought the alternator from is giving us a new one. We just don't have it here yet. So we're gonna check that out and see if we ruin Tim's alternator. So what we'll do is we'll get Tim's alternator installed. We'll start the truck and just see what it's doing. We'll check charge, we'll check voltage, charge, all that. And then hopefully we don't fry this thing. So we're sitting there with the truck not running, both batteries hooked up. We're sitting there at 12:19.